Great defeat at Halifax this afternoon. Just kind of give us your take on the performance this afternoon, please.
Poor, wasn't it? First 15, 18 minutes, you're 24-0 down. And the game's pretty much done and dusted straight away. We dipped his toe in. We talked about being ready and prepared for a physical contest, and we knew that Halifax were going to come out of the line and try and whack us. I knew they were going to carry hard and aggressive around the ruck, and they just punched holes in us. And that's as I've said it a few times before. Rugby league is a really simple game when you get down to brass tacks. It's run hard and tackle hard, and that's what Halifax did in that first 40 minutes and laid the platform to win the game, and they saw it out. Second half a little bit better, but when a team's 30-0 up, they earn the right just to take off the gas a little bit, don't they? And I think that's what it was. I think they got a little bit worse out rather than us getting better. And we're a broken team at the minute, and it's been a long, tough season. We've got at least 5 league games left, and potentially the playoffs stay happening. So there's no hiding place.
That first 15-20 minutes, 4 tries. Just how disappointed with that spell were you? Which obviously set the tone for the afternoon.
Yeah, we're awful, mate. The issue that we've got at this moment in time is that we can't handle any sort of adversity. If we win a ruck and we get back and the defensive line set, we're all right. As soon as we lose any sort of ruck or any sort of contact and a marker's down or a marker's not quite square or we've got a retreating defender, we break. Then there's no solidness to our to us dealing with anything that goes against us or anything that's not 100% perfect. But rugby league's a chaotic game, and not everything's going to be perfect. In fact, nothing's ever perfect. Even if you win a ruck and you get back and you get set, there's going to be something off, and every tackle's different. Every play of the ball is different. You've got to handle it. You can't have a black and white for every single play of the ball or every single set of 6 that you play. You've got to deal with things that go against you or things that don't quite go as you want them to do, and we can't do that. As soon as we lose a ruck, then it's almost a line break or a try under the sticks, and that's been an issue that we've had for a while.
You talked about heading into this game, just how tough we were going to do it, obviously naming however many players available. We brought in the 2 lads on Friday afternoon before the 21 went out, and then obviously today we've lost Billy Walkley, Ollie Roberts. So just how hard was it for the players that were out there this afternoon?
Yeah, it was tough. We lost both back rowers again. So Ollie came off and Ev came off as well. Ev put his hand up to go back on and did another 10 minutes, but it clearly weren't right. So we had 2 middles playing in the back row again, and obviously some of our middles and having to do a lot longer than what the used to in this heat. You get fatigued, but you deal with it. You've got to deal with it. It's not you can't sit down and put your hands on your head and sulk because something's gone against you. You've got to handle it. You've got to deal with it. And again, it's that adversity that we're not handling. We're not dealing with.
I can imagine that at full time there in the dressing room, there were a lot more of honest conversations, as I say, between you, the players, the coaching staff. Everyone must be hurting still.
Yeah, well, I'm hurting, and I hope everybody else is. But well nailed it at half time. It's about individual pride now. Whatever it is, whatever your performance is, whatever you're doing, as an individual, as a rugby league player, you've got to get your house in order. There's too many one-on-one misses. There's too many people that aren't getting the shoulder in, that aren't making the contact, that aren't doing what they need to do, and that's an individual thing. Is that you can talk technical and tactical all you want, but a lot of it's down to that desire, that individual desire. And so I nailed it at half time that whatever you're playing for now between now and end of the season, individually get your own house in order. Sort your own stuff out that you need to do, and don't complain if somebody else isn't doing their stuff. You've got to lead by example. You'll get your own house in order. Don't turn around and blame somebody else if a tackle's missed or whatever it might be. As long as you're doing what you need to do, get your own house in order, and the people follow you. And if you've got 17 people doing that, then that's generally what brings teams together as a collective. But at the minute, we make an error or we miss a tackle, and it's 6 points.
And then trip to France next week to lose next Saturday. Less preparation time for that, but how are you feeling ahead of that clash now?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to get some bodies in. We've got, as well as the injured players that have come off today, and the players that are currently injured as well. We've got people that can't travel. So scratching my head at this moment in time about how many people that we can potentially take. So we'll be ringing around again this week, trying to get some people in on loan to try and get some numbers out there. I think ultimately for me today, it's not about the game. One of our owners suffered something this weekend that's bigger than what rugby league is. We all put us as hearts on the line and as desire and as commitment, and nobody feels a loss or a defeat or anything more than me with whatever team I've been involved with. But there's more to life than rugby league, and what's happened to one of his own this weekend. It just sort of highlights that, and we'll be there for him, and we'll look after him, and we'll support him, and we'll do what we need to do.